Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my disastrous garage. I'm so tired. I don't think that I was accurately prepared for Frankie. When I picked a high energy dog, I was thinking about the future and how she's gonna be when she's an adult. I didn't think about a puppy that just wants to destroy. And my hands are all cut and my feet are all cut. My arms are all cut. My brand new sweater's all ruined. It's one of those days. But today I'm hoping to make some good progress on the S10. So you guys saw in the last video, we got this thing just kind of like plunked inside of there. So I did a little bit of research and basically I'm gonna have to notch that frame. I keep telling you guys that we're gonna eventually redo this whole truck anyways. We're gonna kind of like frame off, fully resto it. Probably end up just welding some cross bracing into this frame once we get to that point. But for now, I basically gotta notch that so this will sit right so that we can do everything else. So I have some parts for this engine and some stuff that we're gonna do to this thing today. But first and foremost, we need to make sure that this guy will sit inside of this truck. Otherwise, anything we're gonna do is pointless. Kind of just like reached in here with a screwdriver and scratched where the oil pan was. So this is what I ended up starting with, but I feel like looking at it, it's a little bit small. But dude, is this ever thick? Like this took so long to cut through. This clip's at 19 minutes. We got a bolt through the side engine mount. That side's pretty close. You can actually see the oil pan right here is kind of touching where I cut. If the oil pan drops 2 millimeters too far forward, we gotta cut that piece. Try 2, I just nicked off this little rear section, so that gained us another pretty good amount of space actually. It's not a perfect cut, but it was really only hitting by like 2 millimeters. This should be enough to drop the pan. Boom, baby! We actually made this thing fit in 2 cuts. That's actually really impressive. I don't know how much room we have. Not a lot. We got like, I can fit my finger in between the oil pan and the cuts I made, but like, dude, this thing barely fits in here. Like, look at this. A little close we are right here, right here. Like, I don't know how we're gonna do a lot of this. Thankfully, the power steering is literally right here. So I should be able to bring this line, for example, plug this line into this, and then plug this line into this, or vice versa, whichever one it needs. And we should be able to run that power steering pump, which is actually really exciting. Both Civics have no power steering, and it's not the end of the world, but like, sometimes it sucks real bad. The more power steering we can keep, the better. I just realized that for some reason when this was off, I did this backwards. I thought I had the engine sitting all the way forwards, but I don't. I have the engine sitting all the way to the back of where it can be. So we'll actually have way more room, like over an inch more room if we just slide this whole engine forwards. You guys know what they say, third time's a charm. Told you guys I was gonna have to cut this hole here, but I actually took advantage of the fact that there is a massive hole right here now, and I just stuck my wrench and stuff up inside of there because for some reason, this is a nut and bolt on a sealed frame piece. And this is how much we've cut off now. So it looks a little uneven, but I guess the oil pan's uneven. It sits a little bit more to one side because this is how it's fitting. I was gonna weld it today too, but I didn't even think about the fact that it's like structural. So this is what I just cut off, and that's what I have. There's no way I'm welding this little piece of crap in there. Especially now that we've cut so much. I might even brace it too, because right now we cut all this out. I might put like a brace up and down, up and down, up and down, and then seal the whole thing. Just to give it that like little extra because it's gonna be extremely crucial to have that be strong, especially now that we're putting way more power in there. Like that was already that thick just to hold a little baby V6 that made like 125 horsepower in its day. So I'm pretty confident in this being able to fit now, no problem. So this is not a handle. Do not grab this when you're trying to shuffle the entire engine around because you're gonna destroy it. Since we're talking about things I broke 2 spark plugs at the same time. I didn't do it 2 separate times or I would have changed my plan. But apparently my chain creeped up on this guy, cracked him, this guy shattered him. But it's in, no more chains. These aren't tight yet, these engine mounts. as far as like the slidey positions because I might need to wiggle it around a little bit, but I pulled it pretty far forwards. I'm decently impressed with the room that we have in the back. I just struggled for like 20 minutes trying to get this box out of my front garage. This, we're not gonna talk about yet. This was full of truck stuff. I think I have it limited down to S10 stuff. Definitely need that guy. Belt, actually not in bad shape. That's probably why I kept it. Header gaskets, and this is where it's messy. This is so terrifying. Oh my God. This is the harness, and then there's a couple separate pieces. First of all, this, I don't even understand what this is because this looks like some sort of throttle cable, but had an electric throttle with this. We got a negative battery terminal connector guy here. We got a block heater, which I'm not gonna use because I don't need it. And we got random vacuum lines and that belt. This is the ECM or whatever, ECM, whatever they call it on these trucks. This looks like it would have ran to like a chassis harness that probably went into the truck. Light bulbs still in this harness from whatever it came from. Not terribly scary, but that spider web would take me a long time to figure out. Which is why I'm super, super thankful I still have this package that got sent out to me December 20th of 2019. So over a year and a bit ago since I got this package, and it's still just sitting on it. Check this thing out. Damn, dude. So I guess first off, shout out to my boys at Current Performance Wiring. They built me this custom, Current Performance Wiring. These guys built me a custom wiring harness, and we're gonna do the rear mounted S10. I've literally never even opened the package yet. They were really excited to be part of the build the first time around. I didn't even give them a heads up because like I told you guys, this just fell on my lap. We've been working on the Civic. It's been dead in here. We moved it out, we did Tim's car. We got Tim's car out and I couldn't get the Civic back in by myself because it's dead and it's icy outside. So I just jumped right on this and I figured this will work for now until I get them to build me probably a newer harness for this, or probably just shorten some of this actually. Dude, check out how minty this thing is. Got a couple stickers. T-shirt that's been in this box for so long. Anyways, check this out. So this is literally just basically a remake of this harness. Thank God, because this one's all old and crusty and butt juice, and this one's all nice. Everything's individually labeled, so I know where everything goes, like even the ground to cylinder head. The one part that's gonna be different from this harness is gonna just be basically the length of this. So this is 100% the part that's custom. Real pain in the ass is that the extension is literally every single wire. If you guys look at this one, you can see the thickest part of the harness is right here, comes right off the computer. That's the part they extended, dude. All right, so this is like OBD2 port. This is the pedal sensor. I told you guys it's an electronic pedal. I don't know what that thing is. These guys go to the ECM, you guys can see over there. So this essentially goes to the front of the truck, but when I was gonna have it rear engine, the entire engine was gonna be in the back. But for example, this is like the wiper motor for the S10, right? You got the wiper motor here, we got this little body control module thingamajiggy that does whatever it does. This harness is not gonna have a wiper motor plug on it. It's not gonna have that other harness to connect everything together on it because this is meant for this engine, but in a new truck. They've made a conversion harness which has everything I'm gonna need. I can run my wiper motor, I can run this into the body of my truck. I run all these to the LS engine that we're having, even the lower ones are all heat wrapped. Everything is like super nicely bundled up. Obviously this one's extended and this one's extended because there's supposed to be engine in the back and then 2 wires running up to plug into that computer and to plug into the other side up front. Since we're saying we're doing this one quick and dirty and then we're gonna come back and visit this, I am just gonna coil all of this up. It might not be the best, and I'm sorry to Current that I'm doing that to you guys, but I'm gonna curl all this up because we do plan on coming back to this truck, and I've said this a million times, stripping it down, redoing it all. Yeah, and when that happens and we're in like that break phase of not doing anything and everything's been running and everything's been good, I'll probably send this back out to Current and get them to whatever, snip it and fix it or do something with it to make it a little bit shorter and better. Bro, this is actually the coolest thing. So I busted this and I was like, all right, I don't want that giant hole there. I'm gonna just place the oil cap in so the shit doesn't get inside. Bottom of this and the oil cap are the same. This only extends it so you can get it up into a truck. Cap literally goes in here and twist locks, dude. Done. Well, thank you for doing that because now I broke one less thing today. This thing is instantly becoming a big boy. I have no idea how long I just spent doing this. Here's how I found out how this harness works. I'm sure if I had messaged Current, they would have just been like, yo, this is what you do. But I didn't do that because I'm stubborn. I basically laid it all out in the way that I thought it would go, then I tried laying it out a different way, and then I just couldn't figure out how it was gonna fit right. So what I did was I found the sensor with the shortest wire. Coolant temp. It can only go this far, which means this bundle has to run up and down this side of the engine because there's no way it's reaching to this side of the engine. Because it's a V8, right? You got one side of injector plugs and another side of injector plugs and this little stretch that kind of goes between the two sides of injector plugs. Start with the shortest wire if you're ever confused because that will tell you exactly where everything else has to go, because at first I was running it backward and there was no way I would have ever got the coolant temp to reach over there ever in my life. Yo, this looks so good. I mean, it looks like a mess, but it also looks so good. I'm not gonna be able to start it, I guess, until I have like a throttle and some stuff connected, because it's not gonna get the right signals. I don't have enough stuff today to get it started. There's a couple weird things that like I just still need, like a little random sensor that's missing. But I got all this stuff run. And you guys can see that these ones tuck back. Some of these go to the transmission. I just gotta connect 2 nuts on that starter there to get the ones on the starter good. Dude, this thing is ready to just cover up. Here we go, boys. Look at that, dude. Big old V8 boy, about to make some horsepowers, brother. And then, this is my other coil. This one works real nice because I could probably shove it up in the fender or something, because like it really doesn't, there's not much to it. The only thing I don't know what to do with, and really the main problem today, is I don't know what the heck this is. This says firewall junction. So I'm assuming that I need to make some sort of junction box for this, or these go into a junction box. I don't know for sure. I'm gonna contact some of the guys at Current and just see what this is, because I might have even known at one point, I just don't remember anymore. Now here's our last issue that I knew we were gonna run into. I don't entirely know how it's gonna go. We're gonna start with the side that I know will work, and we're gonna go from there. So I've got some hardware, I got my headers. Check out how tight this is gonna be. I also put my dipstick here, but like, I don't entirely know how it's supposed to go, so I just kind of threw it there for now. This side actually bolts up not too bad, and there's actually not like, okay, that one's broken, and this one's pooched, so that's awkward. But there's actually like a pretty good amount of room on this side for what it is. You can see right there, it shoots kind of straight down. I have the little piece that bolts onto here that you just kind of weld an exhaust to. This is just a massive pinch weld, so I can probably get rid of a lot of that, but also this engine still is a little bit loose and not rocked all the way back. Like, you could, yeah, see? That gives you the straight shot down. This one's cool. I'm gonna have to heat wrap this, and I'm gonna have to buy little heat wrap things for this, because this is like touching, this is not good. This is the one that I do not have any faith in. I really don't. Look at all the, oh my God, this side is an actual disaster, okay. This guy right here, nope, he didn't want to come apart. I beat him for 15 minutes, still there. So I popped this thing off up here, which is, it's gonna give us the best idea it can, because this piece doesn't move. This is a solid piece, dude. This comes right off the steering wheel. The shifter piece, I guess, can get lost, but if this doesn't go, then we got big problems. Bruh, this is so close. Why? Why are you like this? No, dude, it might even clear. It literally might clear the steering knuckle. Like that has what? I can get my finger in there, which means this piece will go on and this bulk piece will probably sit just past. Dude, it literally might work, but it's hitting the frame somehow. So you can see that one is gonna shoot straight down. We're gonna have to hammer that little weld kind of, but other than that, it should be fine. This one, the problem is it's hitting the frame up there. So like the only way I can see that working is if we push everything back, but like, dude, look up here. I don't even know how we're getting a transmission on this. Perfect view. You guys can see my cut. Gaps nicely all the way around. You can see right there how that's all the way maxed out, the motor mount. So I want to kind of just grab the engine and twist it a little bit, which actually might make this worse. Oh no, that might help. that's actually gonna help because it's gonna bring the engine flatter to where that's already touching. It's still gonna have the issue of the fact that it's gonna hit the frame because the engine's gonna move. Like, this is not gonna be rock solid. But I can't seem to get this engine to wiggle by myself. I really hurt my back trying to get this thing to like rotate earlier. It's one of those things where like I need someone else here so that I can kind of pull up on one side and someone else can shimmy the other side around. So I'll probably wait till Chris is here or something to try and twist it. Dude, look how big this boy is. I'm like standing underneath it. I'm just looking up and this is a big boy to look up at. That's a big dude. What's up, big dude? You a big dude. So, I need to make sure that my transmission is compatible with this. That's why I haven't even showed it to you yet, because I don't think it is. I think I got one that's too old. So I guess that's it. It's a little unfortunate that I broke a couple things, and a couple things didn't work, because it would have been so nice to just to hear its butt. Like I said, check out Current Performance Wiring. They make tons of cool stuff. They make literally just plug and play, made to order, cool ass harnesses. I need to go talk to them about what all this fuse panel wiring is on my harness. I'm gonna call it right here. I'm gonna go inside and make some dinner because me and Courtney, why did my glove just squeak? Me and Courtney are switchers now. Finally, after the COVID rush of people buying Nintendo Switches. I never really played Nintendo because it's not my thing. I don't really play video games at all, actually. Anybody that knows me knows like I really don't play video games. It's not my thing. Courtney's wanted to Switch the entire time we have been on lockdown. And I said no. And now I'm getting bored and I'm out of things to do. And I was like, yo, we'll get your frickin' Switch. So we went out last night, we bought Switches, and I was so tired that I literally just fell asleep. I didn't even get to play it. So now Courtney's been wired all day, just super excited, waiting to play Switch. I'm gonna go inside and play Nintendo Switch with her and make her happy. That's all I got for you guys. I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and stay committed.